evacuation event. On now.
You gotta go to Rise.
Good morning, America. Breaking news. Hurricane Irma pummels the Caribbean right now. Potentially catastrophic Category 5 storm packs punishing wind gusts, topping 200 miles an hour. Tourists hunkering down, bracing for the worst as the storm barrels toward Puerto Rico and Florida. Mandatory evacuations ordered in the Sunshine State, gas stations running out, and the chaotic rush to find drinking water, store shelves empty, completely sold out. Our team tracks every development of this dangerously powerful storm.
New overnight, backlash growing over President Trump's major decision to end the immigration program protecting nearly 800,000 so-called dreamers. The protests erupting across the country.
The mother of two who mysteriously vanished just before Hurricane Harvey. Now the investigation. Did someone use the storm to cover up a crime?
And reunited. Thousands of pets displaced in Houston. The family's desperately trying to get them back. Michael is there for an emotional reunion. How to keep your animal safe as Hurricane Irma approaches.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
We do say good morning, America, and a lot of news to get to on this Wednesday morning. We're getting our first look at Hurricane Irma hitting the Caribbean islands right now, one of the most powerful storms ever in the Atlantic.
And we want to show you an image of the hurricane from space right now. There it is. It shows the eye of this now Category 5 storm. It is moving toward Puerto Rico right now, then Florida. States of emergency are already declared, and some cities have ordered mandatory evacuations. Officials call this a worst-case scenario for the Florida Keys.
As you can imagine, the lines are growing in Florida to get gas, and many of those stations, unfortunately, are sold out. People are desperate to stock up and hit the road, and that's the highway out of the Keys right now. They're getting out of there.
Only one road out of the Keys. Our team is spread out across the storm's path from Puerto Rico to Florida. And our chief meteorologist, Ginger Z, is tracking all the latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, George. As that storm, that monster, passed over Barbuda, 108-mile-per-hour max sustained winds were recorded, 155-mile-per-hour gusts, and then the anemometer broke. That's how strong this storm is. Now over St. Martin, it's the type that you may not even be able to record because it's just that strong. The hurricane warnings that extend to Puerto Rico, Turks and Caicos could see 15 to 20-foot storm surge. Puerto Rico could see up to 15 inches of rain, the potential for landslides in some of those more hilly mountainous areas. Watch as it moves north. And remember, the worst side of the storm is in that northeast quadrant on the right side. So that's why Turks and Caicos will take a brunt of it as it goes north, mostly of the Dominican Republic, still touching on a little bit of Cuba, but north, those southern Bahamas not doing well in this scenario. Sunday into Monday is the timing when the Florida Keys and eventually South Florida, Miami could pick up significant storm surge with this type of path, taking it directly from south to north up the state of Florida. But of course, before we get to Sunday into Monday, we have a lot to get through. And before it eventually affects potentially South Carolina, North Carolina, or Georgia, it is going to affect Puerto Rico. And that's exactly where we find our Lindsay Janis in San Juan. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Ginger. Local media warning people not to be fooled by this relatively calm start to the day. The life-threatening winds and rain are on the way. The governor here warning the impact could be catastrophic. But right now, Irma is ripping through the island of St. Martin with terrifying force.
This morning, winds, rain, and fury as Hurricane Irma bears down on the Caribbean. The Category 5 storm packing 185-mile-per-hour winds and gusts up to 220 miles per hour. This hurricane tracker flying right into the eye of the storm. This satellite image shows the sheer density of Irma. Overnight, Irma decimating the island of Barbuda and is now hitting the tourist favorite St. Martin. The government there telling people not to go outside under any circumstance.
This is our balcony.
Holly Morris and Lauren Mayo are fitness bloggers on vacation.
The flooding is kind of amazing because the wind and rain are just bringing it through the sliding doors.
They're holed up on the 6th floor of a villa. Water inside the building and rapidly rising. Newlyweds Scott and Sarah Riggins are spending their honeymoon locked in their hotel bathroom.
It's 3:20 a.m. We just moved into the bathroom. We've got the wind going about 100 miles per hour. You can really hear it outside, shaking the doors. We got some water coming through our front door.
The National Hurricane Center calling Irma potentially catastrophic. Here in Puerto Rico, an island that experts say hasn't seen a storm of this magnitude in 100 years. An evacuation order underway in parts. Windows boarded up. Shelves bare. People loading up and hunkering down.
Irma is expected to next hit the U.S. and British Virgin Islands this afternoon. It arrives here in Puerto Rico later tonight. Again, everybody being told to take this very seriously. Robin?
That they are. Okay, Lindsay. Now to the Florida Keys, where they're starting mandatory evacuations this morning. The chain of islands at the southern tip of the state is home to 80,000 residents and a destination, as you know, for thousands of tourists. ABC's Gio Benitez is there on the only road in and out of the Keys. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. You said it. There are mandatory evacuations for visitors in place right now, started at sunrise. I want you to take a look at this because this is the reason why those evacuations are already in place. You see all this water here? We are at the water's edge. But walk with me because I want to show you this. We are also at the road's edge. This is the overseas highway right here. You can see people already getting out of here. This is the only way in, the only way out of the Florida Keys. And so this actually floods because on the other side of this, you have water too. I want you to take a look at some video shot earlier. This is a bird's eye view of this overseas highway. There is a reason why it's called the overseas highway. You've got water on both sides. I've seen storms come through here far less powerful than Irma, and they have flooded this place. It becomes very difficult to do anything then because now you're talking about only traveling in boats. So it is a very serious situation if this becomes flooded, Robin.
Key West, of course, also has an airport, Gio, but flights there have been canceled beginning tomorrow morning. The storm's not hitting until this weekend, so why so early? And are people concerned that that may be a way that people wanted to evacuate?
That's right. You know, they're actually closing it tonight after that last flight out, 5:50 p.m. takes you to Atlanta. That's the last flight out of here. They're doing it early, Robin, because as you know, residents here in the Keys like to stay put. They don't like to leave the Keys during storms. So what officials are saying is, listen, this is a very strong storm. Take it seriously and get out. I imagine that soon we're going to see a mandatory evacuation for residents too, Robin.
All right, Gio, thank you.
Hey, Robin, only 3 Category 5 hurricanes have made landfall in U.S. history. The last, Andrew, in 1992, which prompted Florida to make its building code some of the toughest in the nation. Those structures could now face their biggest test yet, and ABC's Alex Perez is in Miami with more on how everyone's getting ready. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, George. Some of these homes right here along the ocean could be the first to get slammed by the hurricane. Officials here in Miami-Dade say evacuations could begin as early as this evening. Overnight, a run on gas.
Well, the gas lines are crazy.
Station after station across some of the Sunshine State's biggest cities out of fuel.
They put up caution tape. Nobody has anything.
Some drivers are sitting in bumper-to-bumper lines, in some cases waiting a half hour or more just to get to the pump.
If you're at a gas station without fuel, there will be fuel coming.
And critical supplies also running short as Floridians stock up.
Absolutely crazy. The lines wrapped around the entire inside of the store.
Emptying stores of plywood and water, even filling sandbags.
It's very important that everybody in our state gets prepared. 3 days of water per person, 3 days of food per person. Make sure you're ready.
And many residents are boarding up their properties with wind speeds expected to hit a powerful 145 miles per hour. Here in Miami, some of the first targets, these beachfront skyscrapers. Hurricane Andrew flattened parts of southern Florida 25 years ago. High-rises here are now designed with some of the strictest building codes in the nation.
Nothing is 100% hurricane-proof.
The only thing that is 100% hurricane-proof is a bunker, but who would live there?
Balconies and windows, a danger zone for flying debris, that threat increasing on the upper levels where the wind can be much more violent.
Any items left curbside as the storm approaches can become harmful projectiles in high winds.
And at this point, fuel shipments are still coming in, restocking those empty gas stations. Officials here are telling tourists who are here on vacation to go home. Robin?
All right, Alex, thank you very much. And joining us now from Tallahassee is the governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Governor Scott, thank you so much. I know it's a very busy day for you. Earlier this week, you declared a statewide emergency. What are you most concerned with, sir, at this hour?
Well, I want every Floridian to be as aggressive as we are. We're aggressive preparing. I want every Floridian to be aggressive. We don't know exactly where this is going to hit. Just as likely it's going to hit Fort Myers and Naples as it is Miami. The Keys, the Florida Keys are already evacuating. We've got wind, we've got rain, and we've got storm surge. This is a massive storm. Water could cover your house. So I want everybody to understand the importance of this. This is bigger than Andrew. Andrew, we just had the 25th anniversary. This is bigger than Andrew. It will have more storm surge than Andrew, and it sure looks like it's going to barrel right down in the middle of the state of Florida.
And many of us certainly do remember Hurricane Andrew, and for you to say that really means something. We have heard reports of gas stations running out of fuel. How dire is the situation, and what is being done, Governor?
We're working with our retailers for food, water, and for gas to make sure that we have all those resources. We're asking everybody in our state to get a plan. Right now, we don't believe we have any shortages, but if your store's out of water, they'll be restocking soon. The same with non-perishable food, and the same if you're going to a gas station, they're bringing in more gas. So we don't see any widespread shortages, and we don't believe we're going to have them right now. I'm asking everybody, as you get prepared, 3 days of water per person, 3 days of food. Take enough, but take only what you need. Don't take more. So we make sure we can take all of our neighbors. But let's all remember, we can rebuild your home. We can't rebuild your life. Take care of prepare and take care of your family. Be aggressive. We are at the state level.
That is great advice there. And are you concerned? There are some mandatory evacuations in the Keys, others voluntary at this moment. Are people complying?
Well, as you see right now, people are leaving the Keys. We'll start seeing more evacuations. Miami-Dade already started to do their special needs individuals today, and they'll be doing more. So as we see the storm getting closer, there'll be more mandatory evacuation around the state. Listen to your locals. Listen to them. And just remember, this could be an unbelievable storm surge. We're talking about water that could be 10 feet, can go over your house, can go farther inland. This is way bigger than Andrew. A lot of people remember Andrew was not a big storm surge storm. This could be much worse. So, and it's both coasts right now. It's right up the middle of the state. So everybody's got to be prepared. You can't rely just on government. Everybody's got to be prepared.
Good to know how proactive that you are being, and of course you have to prepare for the worst, and we are all, though, praying for the best possible outcome. Governor Rick Scott, thank you very much for your time this morning. You take care.
Thank you, Robin. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Kept referring to Hurricane Andrew because he wants people to really take heed, because sometimes when you grow up in an area where there's storm after storm after storm, you go, oh, I'm not going to leave this time. This one you don't want to mess with.
Doesn't seem like anyone is being complacent.
No, not this
Let's
time.
go back to Ginger for more on that Florida threat.
And I thought it was so great he was talking about impacts across the state. You could see inland flooding from Tampa up to, say, Orlando, anywhere throughout the state of Florida, even into the Carolinas eventually. But storm surge, just as the governor was saying, a huge deal. We wanted to give you an idea of what it may look like. So storm surge comes from water piling up in and in front of a storm. As it approaches land, approaches some of those coastal towns and homes, you see how quickly the water can overtake and actually even move from the foundation some of those homes. All it takes is 4 to 6 feet in some cases, depending on what the elevation is. And we know that Miami floods easily. So we just did a worst case scenario here with storm surge to give you an idea of who would be flooded. If you had a 3-foot-plus storm surge, you'd see those areas in yellow start to go underwater. You have it higher than that, and we start to see the areas in red go under. So this is a lot of Miami Beach. It's a lot along the coast and a lot around some of those low-lying areas. George, we're going to be seeing this in the next coming days and have details on more of the impacts and that inland flooding in just a couple of moments.
That is a lot of red. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. President Trump says he's watching the hurricane closely. He's issued emergency declarations for Florida, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. And this afternoon, he's going to head to North Dakota to push for tax reform as he faces backlash over his decision to phase out protections for the Dreamers, the nearly 800,000 undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children. A lot of pressure now on Congress to step in and save the protections. And our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, is in Washington with all the fallout from the president's decision. Good morning, Cecilia.
George, good morning to you. Fallout across the country. That is what the president is waking up to this morning. He had given Congress a 6-month deadline to come up with a fix for these dreamers. But now it seems like he's saying he may not be entirely leaving this up to Congress after all. Overnight, President Trump said he's not done with the dreamers just yet. After initially punting to Congress to make the next move, he tweeted, Congress now has 6 months to legalize DACA, something the Obama administration was unable to do. If they can't, I will revisit this issue. This on the heels of fierce backlash over his plan to rescind protections for those nearly 800,000 undocumented immigrants brought to this country as children. Protests from Chicago to Albuquerque to right outside the White House. Some Republicans, like Lindsey Graham, saying the president has to do more than push this off on Capitol Hill.
My challenge to the president is that you've talked very glowingly about these kids. Help us. Get involved personally. Work the phones. Try to find a consensus here.
President Trump insists he is acting with compassion.
I have a great heart for the folks we're talking about, a great love for them.
But his attorney general struck a much different tone, calling dreamers illegal aliens who take American jobs.
We cannot admit everyone who would like to come here. It's just that simple.
It was enough to bring 2 former presidents back into the spotlight. President Obama called the move to rescind DACA cruel, wrong, and self-defeating, saying ultimately this is about basic decency. President Clinton called it irresponsible, passing the buck instead of offering sensible solutions for immigration reform. The message from the White House, there's no guarantee those dreamers are safe from deportation. The president says that dreamers won't be a priority for enforcement, but that's not a guarantee of protection. Is this White House willing to offer one?
Those are certainly, again, they're not a targeted priority, but the goal here is that Congress actually fixes the problem, and then that isn't an issue.
Leaving people like Nayeli Lopez terrified about what comes next. Do you envision your life in another country?
I don't. This is my home since I was 13 years old, and yes, Mexico is in my heart, and it's my land too, but this is my home.
Yeah, among the opponents to this move, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, it says that rescinding DACA is bad for the American economy and is, quote, contrary to fundamental American principles. So now it's up to Congress. They've already got a full plate on their front burner, funding the government and preventing a default. George, immigration reform is not at the top of their list right now.
And of course, this has been on their agenda for years. And Cecilia, you talk about everything else on the congressional agenda right now. On top of that, you have the recovery from Hurricane Harvey. This new Hurricane Irma is hitting, and the Federal Disaster Fund runs out of money on Friday.
It does. The clock is ticking. The House will vote today on this relief for Harvey, nearly $8 billion package. It's expected to go forward there, but it could likely hit a roadblock in the Senate there, George, if in fact this is tied to debt ceiling, to raising the debt ceiling.
Yeah, big questions about that. They're going to be meeting on that today with the president. Cecilia Vega, thanks very much.
Hard to hear that, knowing what could possibly be happening there in Florida. So let's go back to Ginger with more on the wind threat for Florida.
Yeah, hurricane force winds right now in that hurricane can be felt 50 miles outside the center. So we wanted to make sure you understood when it does get to Florida, if you were to take it at that point with 50 miles, and it will stretch longer because as you go north in latitude, you'll see hurricane force winds stretch because this is such a narrow sliver of land. Naples to Miami, only just over 100 miles or so, all over the southern tip on Sunday evening. Fall Lake City's now brought to you by Walgreens.
Getting your flu shot at Walgreens is easier than ever. Just walk right in and pay $0 with most insurance. Plus, when you get a flu shot at Walgreens, you help provide a life-saving vaccine to a child in need through the UN Foundation. It's that easy to get your flu shot and make a difference. So swing by your local Walgreens today. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Jacket umbrella weather once again today. Our temperatures will hover just shy of 70 degrees. We'll have some showers coming through, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm for the afternoon. The best chance, in fact, is between 4 and 7 p.m. today, 80% chance. So the afternoon's going to be wet. The evening rush is going to be wet, but then dry for tomorrow. Gorgeous for the upcoming weekend. Any local impacts from Irma on Tuesday of next week, maybe even Wednesday, but Florida could see those impacts Friday late.
Up the desperate search for a mother of two who vanished just before Hurricane Harvey hit now fear that the storm may have been a cover-up for a crime.
And the car dealership employee caught taking someone's car to a drive-through. Confrontation was all caught on camera.
The day after chemo might mean a trip back to the doctor's office, just for a shot. But why go back there when you can stay home?